Hi everybody, how you doing? You've been working on using systems in the graphing calculator. Today we're going to, I'm going to go over using the systems but in a word problem. And the important part here is to be able to read the word problem and make two equations from it. And there tends to be a pattern with these problems, and I'm going to talk about that right now. So let's kind of take a look at the first one from your notes. It talks about a store selling car stereos and speakers. So one of the things that we need to do is put down the items that we're looking at. And the question asks how many of each item. And in this case, we're dealing with stereos and we're dealing with speakers. It helps to write that down sometimes, and then we can identify them with our x and our y. If you want to use a different variable, you're more than welcome to do that. Now there's going to be kind of two themes from the word problem that we can get. And in the first one, it says there's a total of that many stereos and speakers that were sold. And we're trying to figure out how many of each. And we know that x plus y equals 125. The amount of stereos plus the amount of speakers, oops, that should be a y, sorry, x plus y is going to equal 125. So then we deal with the money, and we don't know how many stereos, we don't know how many speakers, but we do know the cost for the stereos is $104.95 times however many stereos we sold, or they sold, plus $18.95 times however many speakers were sold, and that's going to equal $6,926.75. The numbers may seem a little messy. If we were doing these by hand in class with paper, they wouldn't be real fun to solve. But we have the graphing calculator, and you know how to use RREF with a matrix. And based on what we learned this week and what we practiced on, here are our two equations. And we use the coefficients in our matrix. So that's going to be the first row of our matrix. Even though we got decimals, don't worry about it. 104.95, 18.95, 6926.75. So that'll be what you put in your 2x3 matrix. Go to RREF in the matrix menu. We've been practicing that with just regular equations. You should be able to take it from here. And when you do all that, your answer is going to come out as that in our matrix. And this is going to equal x, that's going to equal y. This will tell you how many stereos, this will tell you how many speakers, and then that gives us our answer. Let's do the next one, number 2. These are going to go a little bit quicker. I'm not going to spend quite as much time. But we know there's 203 tickets sold for a school soccer game. Students were $2.50, adults were $4. So 203 tickets, and we're trying to find how many of each. X equals adult, Y equals student. If you would put X equals student, Y equals adult, you would still get the same answer. One would be on top instead of the bottom eventually in your answer. So, how many tickets? X plus Y equals 203. The cost for each, how much for an adult ticket? $4. plus 250 for the student, and in total they brought in $620. You should be able to take it from here. It's what we did this week with our graphing calculator. 11203 4 250 620. RREF, your answer at the end will total X equals 75 and Y equals 128. Something I didn't talk about in the last problem, both of these numbers fit into this situation. Adult tickets plus student tickets, when you add these two numbers together, you will get 203 total tickets. And if you take 75 and multiply it by 4, add it to $2.50 times this many student tickets, you will get $620. That's what the purpose of a system is being able to take two different types of situations, put them into equations, and solve from those. Algebra 1, you did a ton of math. Isolating the variable, substituting, you'd end up having to distribute. Do a lot of work with decimals. Get an answer for X or Y, then substitute it back in. A lot of work. RREF saves you a lot of time. One more. The test has 20 questions worth 100 points, true-false questions, and multiple choice. So we need to know how many multiple choice, how many true-false. X equals multiple choice, Y equals true-false. 20 questions total. Now, the word 20 is not as a number. It's written as a word. It's important to be able to read and kind of figure out how many of each of these. X plus Y equals 20. Okay, and then we're dealing with points. So points is our next theme. This is the total. And then let's talk about the points. And what's the theme with points? Well, each, for X, multiple choice question is worth 11. 11 points times how many there are, plus 3 points for the true-false. And how many points total on the test? 100 points. So we've dealt with the total. We've dealt with the point situation. In the last two, we were dealing with money. The total amount of the speakers, the total amount of the tickets, and then the total cost down here. Here it becomes points. The matrix will be 1, 1, 20, 11, 3, 100. RREF that, and you will get 5 and 15. So for X, that was our multiple choice. So X is 5. There were 5 multiple choice questions. There were 15 true-false questions. 5 plus 15 is 20. 5 times 11 will give us 55. 15 times 3 gives us 45. And 55 plus 45 does equal 100. So that, my friends, is how a system word problem will be solved. You're going to then practice some of these, being able to go through them. If you need to go back and look back at some of these, go back and please do that. Good luck. Thanks a lot.